once again, I'm your host, DJ Don Burrito. Hope you guys just enjoyed the series premiere of Star Trek Starfinder. I'm definitely going to have to go back and listen to it later. I apologize, but it definitely sounded good. Are you guys happy that it's finally out there?
No,
no, it's terrible.
I'm like, whatever,
Thanks,
if you guys want to hear it. But no, I'm just kidding.
It will be same for the rest of my
I'm
life.
the only one who's really, really happy about the release.
No, I'm happy about it.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm really ecstatic too.
I think actually pretty.
I have to say, I think that the two people who are the most happy about it is George, that his project is finally out there, and Steven, because he can have a little while to just relax.
Okay, I'll say that's true.
I get a week off before I have to start episode 2.
We actually have.
Good lord.
Yeah. I didn't want to fire him until after this episode, but no, I'm just kidding.
Thanks, y'all.
Gotta love people getting fired live on air.
Yeah, wait, just wait till what's his name, Donald Trump shows up and wants his royalty from the phrase.
But
yes. Once again, I just wanted to run down the list of everyone who's in here. We have Aaron, we have Barry Shine joining us now, we have Jeff, George, Catherine, a.k.a. Putty Tat, Kestra has joined us, Kim, Matt, a.k.a. DJ Creamy, Steven, Jen, and Tatchet.
Yay!
It's
I'll wait for everybody to scream.
Oh, since the others got a chance to say who they were playing before we aired, for Barry and Dom, Aaron, can you say who you play in the episode? Tanner.
I'm guessing they're AFK.
Okay, I'll speak for him.
Tanner has a mic, so you might have to
I
okay.
was waiting for someone else to say something.
Oh, Barry, tell everyone who you play.
Well, as you can probably guess, play Hobbs v. Case and Mako.
And tell us about Aaron's character there, Jeff, or George, sorry.
He played Science Officer Nital, who there's one little quick line of exposition that I'm not sure if everybody caught. I mean, if they didn't watch Voyager, they wouldn't understand. He plays a Kabali, kind of. They are a race who, when someone dies, their race kind of scavenge the body and they reanimate them. And
Yes, I do remember that episode.
There's a backstory to it that will be explored later, but his character was, I guess I want to call it a liberated, re-aware ex-Kabali, but it's kind of hard to put it into a definition. He died, came back from the Kabali, figured out who he was again, got reversed back into a Betazoid, and now he's... Sorry, thanks, Creamy. Is that better?
I can hear you fine. What's it?
Okay, he said I was popping. And so he was a Kabali, a reanimated dead guy, turned into a Kabali, and then he got turned back, just like in the episode of Voyager with Lindsay, I think her name was, who was a character, and then he joined back up with Starfleet, and he lost his native Betazoid telepathic abilities because of the changes, and that's why he mentions, I wish I still had my native Beta-Z telepathic abilities in that one line.
Yeah, that can't be easy trying to deal with that.
We'll find out.
Well, I mean, I remember the TNG episode, The Lost, where Troy, even just as a half Betazoid, she about goes insane without her abilities.
Yeah. Oh, Kestra's back now.
Yes, hello, Kestra. Tell us about the characters that you're playing.
My character is Tequila.
Who is next episode?
Right, that's
she does
the next episode.
Yes, next episode.
You'll be able to hear her, I believe, when it's finished next week, the next time trailer. She's a very important character who is pictures of her character are on the Facebook page, and she's a recurring character. I'm not going to say too much about her, even though I've said a lot on the Facebook page. But she starts her first appearance next episode, and from there on, she's kind of a reoccurring character, kind of like Q, how he was reoccurring.
And am I allowed to mention my character, or should we keep that hidden for now?
No, he's in the trailer, so it's fair game. Just anything that's in I consider anything in the trailer as being a teaser, not a spoiler.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Captain Hartnell of a Federation time ship, so that's going to be interesting.
Ooh.
You can say
Lord,
which
save
time
us now.
It'll be in the trailer.
That means since you're
future.
you're playing a time captain and all that, you've already recorded your lines at some point already, right?
Actually, he really did.
Some of them, yeah.
Past and present. Huh.
He recorded
Yes,
all of his lines already tomorrow.
I was gonna say he's recorded them tomorrow.
Oh, good lord. I hate temporal mechanics.
The sad part is most of the people here seem to be on the same sheet of music.
Huh?
The past is the present, the past is the future, and the whole thing gives me a headache.
Quit
Yeah,
while
Yeah,
you're
let's
behind.
just go with that.
Janeway.
Okay,
Janeway.
give me a drink.
So here's the logical question that I'm sure somebody is wondering somewhere. How much fun was it to record your lines?
Well, with GK yelling at me, or I'm sorry, George yelling at me, you forgot this line, you forgot that line, you forgot that line. Because he's like, okay, here's all your lines. And I'm like, okay, so I recorded them and blah, 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 about doing my own.
I'm a bastard. I make no
And I
apologies.
get yelled at by George, and then I get yelled at by Steven. And by the way, it's still weird. But, it's just, and I'm like, oh my god, like, so it was fun doing my lines, but like every once in a while, hey, I need you to do this.
The only
And
person
then,
I was nice
and then I go back
even at
15
the
minutes
last
later, no,
minute.
you missed this line too. And I'm like, ah!
Even at the
only
last
person-
minute, I made a call at the last minute doing one of the latter scenes, and I actually emailed Creamy and said, I have to have you re-record this, that we just can't get around this. And you could hear the frustration in the email response.
There's only one person in this entire room who said their lines perfect from the first time, and that's not even in the episode. And that's Kestra. No, I'm just kidding. Because we're talking about the pilot lines. Actually, no, everybody was great.
Especially
No,
me.
and I mean, with something like this, you're going to have to record everything a few different times to get everything exactly right, especially with it being a whole hour long.
Actually, I'm not going to say who, because, well, I guess I could, but I can't remember off the top of my head. There are a couple of people who, from the very first recording, nailed the whole, all the takes perfect. We had a hard time picking which ones to use because they were so good. But I think that Timmy D, right?
Timmy D.
He's a professional voice actor. He's the one that played Dr. Aldrich. Everybody was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that it was interesting because he didn't require any retakes. It was the first time we got the recordings. It was like, oh my god, we had a hard time picking which one we wanted to use. They were all so good. But he's had a lot of experience for years voice acting. So
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, Timmy D.
I think Creamy's having some internet issues.
Oh, no, it's because I had to reset my sensitivity. Let me fix that really quick.
Oh, it's all good.
everybody rocked though. Seriously,
Oh my God.
I'm proud of everybody.
And I have
Woody,
to
well.
admit that most of the cast was very, very patient with me, constantly turning to them saying, I need this from you, I need this, now could you say this louder and more intense? And, I was constantly after people, and they all put up with me, and thank you everybody for being patient with me. I felt that, there was something I needed, and I had to have it right now, and they're like, oh, there goes Jen again. Okay, great.
Look at how many
It
characters are.
wasn't-
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it wasn't quite as bad as being yelled at by the director when I did theater in high school and college. So I want to say, Jen, you're not, and I'm sorry, Steven and George, you guys aren't quite that bad, but you're getting there.
Well, you're from New York. You're used to
We're
being
working on it.
whipped.
Well, it's like Jen.
Oh.
Well, it's like Jen. You have to be like, it's my recording and I need it now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the other thing too is you have to understand. I said this on GNT show. This project, TNG is probably the biggest ensemble cast of all the Trek series. I think they got a bigger cast than Voyager, but I could be wrong. No, actually, maybe it's Deep Space Nine. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that when you have a huge cast, and you don't realize that you have almost too. I don't want to say too many characters because is there really such a thing? But yeah, there actually is. I had to figure out how to balance it out. Well, I want everybody to be introduced in this episode, but how do I make it so that I'm not focusing too long on the wrong person or not focusing enough on the right people? That was incredibly one of those things that it's a learning curve as the writing part, because when you get to the end, you're like, okay, did I really, with all these characters to introduce, did I actually get to where anybody actually understood who these people are, or did they just say hi and then the show's over?
I think you can understand my character is like Klingon, especially being female.
I'm really looking forward to see how her character develops.
So am I. Just the fact that my boobs are big enough to fill.
Alright, I'm gonna spoil it. Everybody dies in episode 5.
Yeah.
We have a whole new cast at the same ship. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Can I come back in a later episode?
So we're going to be doing a reboot by episode 5.
Well, the captain's dies,
Can I
there's
blow up?
one consistency, and then but the whole crew dies and they get replaced. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm already dissatisfied with the way my character ended, so can I come back in a later episode? Just have a better death this
We'll
time?
do a JJ for you, and we'll reboot your
No,
existence.
I don't want a JJ. I'm talking Tasha Yar, man.
All right.
Okay. Either executed or blown up. Take your pick.
There you go.
Blow up. And you just go poof.
Hey, I could have an All Good Things ending.
Yeah, you could.
The whole
That works.
community has been amazing as far as their support of us, because I was expecting more trolling than we got so far. Knock on
Give
wood.
it time.
I know.
You give it a few days.
We have a character named after J.J. Abrams. I expect some trolling.
But anyways, I mean, like you said, there are so many great characters that we're all looking forward to seeing how things go from here. Any slight loose timeline on when you think the next episode might be released?
We learned what not. Jen loves this statement, so he's going to like me saying it again.
Oh,
We
you're not
learned
going to pull a cryptic?
No, we learned what not to do. That's the best way to explain it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. We have a system now that we learned kind of late in the game, but we know what not to do. We could produce the second episode a lot faster, but we also set a high bar. I mean, we've been hearing back from a lot of people. We don't want to also go downhill on the quality, so we're not going to rush, but we're not going to make it take forever either. So if I had to guess, at least a month and a half, maybe less, but I'm not going to promise anything because I don't want to rush quality versus quantity. But we also, at the same time, think that we can make it happen a little sooner without sacrificing the quality because of what we did learn. And that lends itself to the process naturally flowing better. So I'm pretty confident it won't be a long wait, but I don't want to make the mistake of promising exact dates anymore.
No, that's fine. I understand that. But I will definitely be looking forward to it.
2013?
Is that vague enough?
That's safe to
Trademark.
We're not cryptic, remember that.
I was going to say, you could be arena that it'll be done when it's done. It'll be out when it's out.
It's also working as
Soon.
intended.
Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go.
Well, there's actually two processes that we have to worry about, and the first, obviously, is getting the talent to record lines and gather them together, make sure they're correct, go over the script again, and then, of course, the assembly process, and that is that's a huge amount of times. But as George said, we definitely learned a lot along the way, and we've tightened up the system to where we can avoid. It's definitely the way he said it, what not to do. And so there are a lot of things we're just not going to do again, and we'll save ourselves a lot of time and heartache. So definitely we're planning to push this out quicker and raise the bar a little higher in quality at the same time. So
I'll give a couple of very fast examples. I'm not trying to dominate this conversation, but just because it was brought up. Everybody knows who Ceridium is, okay, from Gates of Stovacor. Michael, I'm going to shout out to him. I actually offered for him to join us. He plays Krang, Valkyra's first mate, in a brief scene in this pilot. He's also the guy who has been an awesome supporter of both Starfinder and pretty much every show in the STO community. And he helped pick up when my webmaster quit. He jumped in, finished my website for me. He's been my webmaster. He's awesome. But he and I have been working together on a co-op script of a heavy KDF mission, Foundry Talk episode. So it should be episode, I think, 4, and we're both writing the KDF. He's writing the whole Klingon aspect of that script, and I'm writing the Fed side, and we're going to marry them together in a sort of a hybrid script together. And then at the same time, I got Creamy here, Mr. Matt. We just talked today and
Yes, sir.
agreed he's going to write an episode which will bring a little nod to the old episode Assignment Earth, the one with Gary Seven there. Or sorry, is it Assignment Earth? Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody has read the DTI novels with the Aegis and Gary Seven, they will know what those entities are, and they are a big part of the Starfinder story arc without spoiling anything. And he is going to be writing that entire episode. So we got other people starting to jump in now.
Really looking forward to that, by the way.
But anyways, I would like to thank each and every single one of y'all for being on today.
Absolutely. I believe I can speak for everyone when I say
You
it's
got
our
my
pleasure.
$5 that you promised me if I came on?
Wait,
where's-
promised food.
We'll have to talk about that later.
Where's the $4 for those Girl Scout cookies I gave you?
Cookies.
Busted.
But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to hearing more from the upcoming episodes and all. And you said that mid-late next week we'll be getting the preview for the next episode, correct?
That would be Steven's call because he's got all the recordings to finish assembling, but he's the one that knows exactly when the trailer's done. So, Steven?
Excuse me. Wow. I am going to be airing that on my show on the other radio station
It's okay.
next week. That will be Wednesday evening. I want to have that teaser trailer prepped. I'll play the episode and play the teaser trailer shortly afterwards, and hopefully a couple of extra surprises as well.
We also have a mini episode, possibly two, that I had prearranged a long time ago with some characters that come into play starting in episode 2. Possibly even a dev from SDO is involved in this mini episode. I won't say who. I personally... No, you won't. I personally made arrangements and... Yes, I will. wrote a script to create a mini episode to bridge the gap between episodes 1 and 2 as content filler. Sort of like what Galactica does when they do those little mini episodes. That was the whole goal. And if that's done, that will also be released next week as extra content.
Alrighty. Well, once again, if you, the listeners, want more info on Star Trek Starfinder, you can go to their website, ussstarfinder.com. Check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/Star Trek Starfinder, or follow them on Twitter at Starfinder4. But once again, thank everyone for joining us. Thanks to all you listeners for tuning in. I'm going to be finishing up the rest of my block, so we got another hour and a half of great classic rock to come, so I hope you stay tuned.